Hello, hello, hello. It is iCave Dave, and we're live, and here we are. Hi, how are you? Don't know how many people we're going to get here tonight. That's fine. It doesn't have to be lots. But if you are here to watch and here to chat about Apple and things that are going to happen, and let me just turn that sound off on the other computer. It's good to have you here. Let me know where you're watching from down in the comments, and we'll just have a chat. We've got an event coming next week. We've got live streams lined up. We've got more information arriving minute by minute. So it is really interesting what's going on. So let's chat about it. That's what we're here for. If you are watching, let me know down in the chat. Yes. How is everyone? Anyone here? Anyone want to talk Apple today? Because if there's nobody here, then that's going to be a really dull live stream. I'm not going to lie to you. So this is all about answering your questions. Oh, here we go. DJ Mike Lazartin, watching from Sydney. Thank you so much, sir. Good to have you here. We've now got 7 people watching, and only one person has said hello. Do say hello, it's impolite not to. Geology Dude is saying from Seattle, good to have you here. Who is excited for the Apple event, and what are you excited for? What are you planning on a purchase? Are you planning to get the iPhone 15 Plus or Max or Pro Max or Ultra or whatever it might be this year? Do let me know down in the comments if there is a particular product that you are excited about this year. There has been some new information arriving today. There has been some information on batteries in the iPhone 15s. They are apparently going to be substantially better, which I think we kind of had an inkling of, but we didn't have full details on. So that's interesting. We'll have a quick look through what else we've got. We've got a lot of people. I mean, on Twitter, there have certainly been some, let's say, not necessarily legitimate leaks of box art and things like that. Lindsay, hello from Los Angeles. Hello, lovely to have you here. So I don't think we have anyone British here yet, apart from me, so that's exciting. It's always good when there's people from different places. I would find it really boring if it was just British people. We might have just gone to the pub instead. My whole laptop thing decided to just lock itself then, which was exciting. Not quite sure what happened, but there we go. We're back. Yeah. I'm just glad that people are here to watch. And do post up any questions that you've got about the Apple event, about Apple stuff coming up in general. We've been talking in the last few days about cheaper MacBooks potentially using iPhone processors instead of like M series processors. Is that something that you would be interested in? What sacrifices would you be willing to make to get that price down to, I don't know, half of what the MacBook Air is? Do let me know in the comments. Geology Dude says, I'm curious about the new iPhone and features related to improving 360-degree photography. That's interesting. I don't think we've seen anything about 360 photography. One thing that I think we've been talking about the last couple of days, especially on the live streams that I've been on, has been the potential that spatial video could be coming to the iPhones. I think that is something that is likely, if I'm honest. So spatial video, so you get that kind of 3D depth map that we've had for a little while with the cinematic mode, where the depth information is saved, and then potentially Apple could convert that into 3D video to watch on Vision Pro once that's launched. I think that is a reasonably fair prediction. I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, if you've got that 3D depth map, you can post-convert that into a 3D image, and you can certainly watch that as video on a headset. That would work very nicely, I think. But yes, so that's one of the things that I think is going to be interesting. I haven't seen anything about 360-degree video. I do like what some of the companies have been doing with like the fisheye lenses on a stick, and then it kind of stitches everything back together so that you actually get the full 360 and you can't even see the stick. It just looks like you're holding your hand out, which is very strange, but I kind of like it. So at the event, we're expecting to get our iPhone 15, our 15 Plus, our iPhone 15 Pro, and our Pro Max / Ultra. Not sure which one of those names they're going to go with at this point, but the Pro Max, or the larger Pro at least, is expected to come with the telescope camera, like a periscope, so it's going to be folded into the device itself. We've heard that there is going to be new battery technology with stacked cell batteries. Apple loves talking about batteries, so especially if they can talk about the way that they're laid up and the advantages that gives, that's going to be a talking point, I think. USB-C, I don't think anyone really cares about USB-C, right? It's just tech heads. I genuinely actually don't think that the general public really care about USB-C. I think it's very much people who are in the tech space that actually care about swapping cables. I think the vast majority of the normal people out there will be slightly annoyed by the fact that they have to get different cables, because yes, it's probably going to come with one, but most people have a handful around the house, I would have thought. We certainly do. It would be nice if it's all one. Geology Dude says, I've done many 360-degree videos of photogrammetry. That's cool. Yeah, I know I've seen things like Polycam, where you can kind of use the LiDAR and the camera to kind of build a 3D model of the room around you, which I think is the sort of stuff that will go into what we get with Vision Pro as well. Oh, Steve's here from Geeks Corner. I hope the periscope lens comes this year with the kids. Zoom is necessary. Yeah. I think that's one of the big things with iPhones. A lot of people will ask me, oh, do you need the latest camera? We don't need it, but the better camera and the better quality of images that you can collect if you're a parent and your children are growing up quickly, that's a really good thing. And for me, even if I had a DSLR or something like that, I cannot take pictures as well with that than I can with my iPhone, even though the lenses, and it's physically less capable. The computational stuff and just how automated everything is means that I will get better pictures with this than I do with a professional camera, and I think that's important to remember. DSLR type cameras are good if you know what to do with them. I don't. Yeah, what else are people excited for? I'm just trying to find some of the latest. Let's have a quick look on Twitter and see what's going on. I saw a couple of bits from Marcus Gamuntas, obviously, because he's always involved and always wants to chat. I did see a story that was labelled as an exclusive by Bloomberg, and I'm sure I'd seen it from someone else before, but, you know, I'm sure he included the link and just retweeted the original article rather than writing his own. That's how he rolls. I'm not planning to do a super long live today. We'll probably do half an hour, so another 20 minutes or so, just to have a chat through. But it seems like it's quite quiet out there today. Is there something happening in America? Is it a holiday or something, or is it just that it's Friday night? Because we normally do this on Friday night, and we normally get a few more people here. But there we go. It's not a drama. What have we got in the news on Twitter? We've got Andor, we've got RIP Michael. Sorry, Michael. Sorry to hear that. Don't know who you are, but nonetheless. Some terrible comedy. Andor from Star Wars. Nothing really coming up from Apple. Here we go. So, we are hearing that the iPhone 15 Pro may actually still start at the $1,000 that it does right now. And it might only be the Pro Max / Ultra that goes up in price. That would be interesting. That's not what we've been hearing for a little while. We were hearing 100 and 200, so maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's just 100 on the other one. We'll see. I'm not. Evan Rogers is here. Probably to throw shade. Probably to say some stuff about USB-C, where he thinks he's being clever. But we love you, Evan. Thank you for joining us, my friend. How's things? Anything you're excited about for the event other than USB-C, which I know you're quite the fan of? Steve is saying, interesting to see if China bans on iPhones will affect production relations. So this is the interesting thing. They've timed this very well to be just before the iPhone events. And I do think it's more about the production stuff being sort of moved partially out of China. The fact that they've moved some stuff to Korea, some stuff to India, some stuff to Vietnam. So that makes sense that this is more of a retaliation for that. I don't think China has necessarily an issue with Apple. I think it's probably more likely that their issue is with the US government for the bans on Huawei's. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. That country is still going to be full of iPhones regardless of this. But it's whether people are legitimately allowed to use them, or if it's sold in the country, or if it's something that's just kind of behind, under the table, that kind of dealing. Let's see what we got. Hey, did you hear that M3 is delayed till 2024? I wonder if anyone called that. I don't believe that it is, because, like, Gurman hasn't said that, I don't think. It was Quo. And Quo is notoriously terrible at timings. There's a possibility, but I think it would be production issues as opposed to anything else. I don't think it's too much else. So let's, what else is going on with you guys? What else have we got? Let's see. We've got, I think I just saw. Nope, it's not there. Hi James, how are you? Steve's saying, yeah, it's definitely political. I think that's true. I still kind of think we're going to see our M3s by the end of the year. Whether I can't imagine that they would scrap an October event for it, but then we didn't have an October event last year. I think if the October event has been planned, I think it might well be a case of they just rejig it slightly and move it a little bit further back, and maybe they keep the event date and just ship slightly later. Give it 2 or 3 weeks before they actually ship. Geology Dude is saying USB-C can strip your connection plug much more easily than the standard iPhone Lightning connection. I needed my iPad Pro plug replaced recently because of this. That's what the repairman said. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a more delicate plug. You've got that kind of fin in the middle of it, which is it's clearly not as durable as not having a fin in the middle. So I don't really know why this is the standard that we went with, but apparently it is. I guess the outer ring on those connectors means that it's all protected on the inside, but not super big fan of USB-C. Evan Rogers says, what camera upgrades do we expect this year? So telephoto lens on the biggest iPhone. Other than that, I believe the changes are just with lenses and not with the sensors, and I don't think it's going to be a huge difference, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, it's not looking as exciting as I hoped. As I say, I don't care about USB-C. That doesn't matter to me. I've got cables and I've got, wireless chargers. I've got MagSafe. I've got all of that stuff. So the shape of the hole in the bottom doesn't really bother me that much. I understand that some people do need to shift data from an iPhone, especially the 8 people that use it to make feature films each year. So there's definitely a market for that. It's just a smaller one than I think everyone assumes. And I think a lot of the YouTubers and a lot of the tech kind of journalists that keep bleating on about USB-C will be very happy, but then rarely use any of the extra features other than using the one wire when they travel. I think that's going to be really the biggest thing. In terms of the cameras, some changes to the lenses. Apparently there's like a plastic lens stack that they're looking at, but apparently only for the 15 and not for the 15 Pro, and that would be rolled out to the 16 Pros next year, but that is a very strange little rumour. Other than that, I think, very slightly bigger display, shaving off some of those bezels, which is nice, but it's not kind of revolutionary, is it? The The new material might make quite a big difference. It's going to be about an ounce lighter, which is quite a lot in the grand scheme of things when you're looking at very small devices and the weights. So that's good. It's hopefully going to be a little bit more comfortable to carry. It's not going to have the sharp edges. It's going to be slightly rounded off. It's going to have the titanium. You know, it sounds nice. I'm not getting it, but it sounds nice. I'm really tired, you guys, and it's so hot here. It's like right now it's about 28 degrees, and it's 10 p.m. Like 10:30 p.m. And that's, you know, it's kind of low to mid 80s in kind of American money. But we don't have air conditioning in this country. That's not a thing that we have. So when it gets this hot, and it's been this hot for 4 or 5 days now, it's uncomfortable. I'm very damp in my face area. It's not my favourite, I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, a British comedian has died, Mike Yarwood. Don't really know who he is, but I'm sure. Sorry to hear that. Yeah. Linz D, that is terrible for night temps. Yeah, it is really quite hot. In fact, I think we've got the thermostat in the room. I can check it. Let me check. Yeah, it's like 27.5 right now, which is, yeah, low 80s, I guess, around about 80. We don't get much lower than that. It's, yeah. No aircon, no fans really. Ontario, Canada, thank you very much. Berserk. I think we discussed this before. I think it's Berserk, isn't it? Yeah, so I've got a bit of stuff coming out over the weekend. I've been doing some work on the Project 91 thing, which is over here, and actually my main display now is hooked up to the Mac Mini in the inside my Macintosh Classic, which is fun. James is saying, will we get a Mac event this year? I hope so. I still think that we'll probably get one in October. I just think that some of the product releases from that will be a little bit delayed. There's also been rumours today that AirPods and AirPods Max won't get their updates until next year. So we will see what happens with that. It doesn't really make too much sense. Steve at Geeks Corner is saying the fan is just blowing the warm air around tonight. Lars is saying the same thing's going on in France and Denmark. Yeah, like in the middle of the summer when we went on vacation and we went away to the Isle of Jersey, which is a bit close to the equator. It's just off the coast of France. And yeah, that was also not great weather. It was just raining a lot. It's not been a great summer, and now all of a sudden now I'm ready to just put my coat on. It's really hot. I'm too hot, guys. I'm really, it's horrible at this time of night. I'm going to go to my bed soon. So yeah, we're going to do another 10 minutes or so. But I just wanted to jump on. We will be doing live streams before the event and after the event on Tuesday. We don't know how long the event is yet. There's been suggestions that it may be around 75 minutes, which is an hour and 15. That would be good. But yep, I think James Apple is just saying AirPods Max long overdue for a refresh. It's been 3 years by December the 15th. Yeah, but also they're a very expensive set of headphones, and like audio still sounds like audio. There's not really that much that they would change. There is the potential, as I say, that they might update them with just USB-C and not really do much else. But I feel like the AirPods Pros have a better chip now, so maybe that could come over to those. Improve the noise cancellation and some of those other features. That would be good, but I don't think it's necessary, particularly at this point. I think it would be great. But also, does it matter that much? Probably not. Just like the colours of the iPhones, like it's the least important thing, and everyone's whinging that the Pro iPhones are going to look really boring this year. It's like, you were all going to put a case on them. You're all going to do it. So it's like, what colour would you like around your camera that you can see? That's basically the question being asked. Geology Dude says, people in Seattle melt at 25 degrees C. We have mostly cool weather here. Yeah, we do as well. Like, I think this time of year, the average is like 18. And it's like 10 above, which is, and that's not 10 Fahrenheit, it's 10 real degrees above. Yes, I'm gonna go there with freedom units and what have you. But yeah, it's just really hot, really horrible. I don't like it, guys. And I'm genuinely, like, my eyes are barely staying open. So we are going to round this off in about 5 minutes. As much as I really want to, like, hang out and chat. I would, oh, here we go. I need them to cancel more noise from harsh sounds, like landing on an aircraft, for example. USB-C is added. So this is talking about the AirPods Max. That's cool. Linda D, can you order a portable AC unit? Cheapest way to go. They don't really do anything. If it's one that like lives in the room with you, it just doesn't do a lot. It's got to be like through the window or something like that. But we don't have windows that open like that because our homes are not designed this way. So it's a very strange situation. But I feel like in the next few years we're going to see more AC coming to the UK. I have a theory that you could do like central air using the chimney stack as the way to kind of distribute it. So you kind of build your air conditioning unit into the bottom of the chimney instead of using it as a fireplace. You've got that flue that goes all the way up to the top of the house, and you build off of that with your pipe work to send the air to all the other rooms, because they're all kind of built around it, because it kind of holds the building up. So that's something that I'm hoping to do in the future, and also extend out the back of the house, so we may get a larger iCave studio. Yeah, Lars is off. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. Thank you. But yeah, I'm not going to be here much longer myself. So yeah, little portable AC units, not really particularly practical. I don't think over here either. And energy is really expensive as well at the moment. So even if we had it, it would cost a fortune. Which is not great. James is saying lossless audio is something I don't for the AirPods Max to have. Condensation issues to be resolved as well. Yeah, I mean, I think lossless is something that needs to come to them, and I think the condensation issue, you can only really fix that by basically weatherproofing or kind of IPX rating everything inside those ear cups, so that even if it gets condensation in there, it doesn't matter. The other option you can do is do non-aluminium on your headphones, because maybe you could have like a plastic liner so it's not quite so bad. But yeah, I mean, if you've got aluminium, which is going to like wick heat away from sweat, and your head is going to have sweat on it, and you're going to seal that to your head, you're always going to get some condensation. But it's worse because the metal's cold, and it just condenses the liquid a lot quicker. Cool. If there's no more questions, guys, I'm going to wrap it up, because I do just really, really feel so super tired today. Like, my eyes are struggling. If you've got any questions for a future show, throw them down in the comment section. Evan, you go. If you've got a work meeting, you go for it, my friend. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. If you've got any questions for the next video, I hope to do at least one video on Monday, hopefully one this weekend as well, about the desk and all the stuff that I've been doing. So yeah, if you've got a question, throw it down in the comments. If you haven't, thank you for being here anyway, and I will see you in the next one.